Hi friends, another year, another one of these things. I'm beginning to feel like starting these things that were good in videos in 2017 cursed us somehow. That said, gratitude exercises are important for combating depression. So to make this more palatable, we'll do this year's together. Group activity, one for you, one for me. Here's where I'd play the song One For You, One For Me by Bright Eyes, but I've taken the L on AdSense too many times this year. One for me. I got my vaccine and was able to see my family again after almost 500 days. In the pre-vaccine segment of the pandemic, I knew it was worth it to isolate, right? I knew that it was the right thing to do, but it did not mean that I didn't sometimes Google how many days has it been since December 27th, 2019 and just have my whole week ruined. I am so grateful that I got to hug my mom and dad, to visit my grandma's, to hold my nephew at 9 days old. The day I got my first dose of Moderna was probably the best of my year because the future opened up from so much lack into so much possibility. One for you. Yeah, big surprise, it's vaccines again. I'm not saying that we didn't make a lot of mistakes in the distribution and we don't have a long way to go around widespread adoption of the vaccine to equitably distributing doses around the globe, but it's bananas to me that scientists were able to produce a whole new type of vaccine and that people could get it for $0 in America, and that we got a tool to help keep each other safe so that we could, in some cases, start to gather together again. One for me. I quit my job. Well, one of my jobs. I took stock of my life as the world started ending, and I was like, do I really want to spend the rest of it trying to figure out how to fit work around other work? Taking vacation from one job to catch up on another? No, I don't. I would like to spend some of my time not doing labor, and I'm very lucky that I was able to do that. And when I tell you that while I've already learned some hard freelancing lessons and have more little protections to add with every one of my contracts, it still has changed my relationship to work. Because I can say stuff like, sure, I'll do this additional project that you asked me to do that wasn't in our original contract, but you have to pay me this much and it will happen on this timeline. And most of the time, clients will be like, okay, my world is forever changed in terms of how much I value myself and my work and my time and my free time. Now, one for you. This power shift that happened for me as a freelancer doesn't happen for a lot of W-2 type employees for a reason, because it doesn't benefit their employers. But it seems like enough people had the same reevaluation that I did and talked to each other. We're seeing the great resignation of people leaving exploitative workplaces, mass strikes and unionization efforts of workers realizing how much value they provide and how much they can accomplish when they work together, and demanding the better pay and better conditions they deserve. The reinvigoration of the labor movement, the community, the solidarity is just beautiful to see. Last one for me. As I've spent the last 2 years mostly isolated, I think it could be easy for my worldview to shrink down smaller and smaller, right? My world could just be my four walls, and my priority could be just to protect the number one person within them. I was worried that this whole experience would make me more self-involved, more detached, disengaged from the rest of the world. A good thing that happened in 2021 was realizing that the opposite was true. When my world shrank down, I got to better know my neighborhood, to better know my neighbors. I got involved in local organizing. I got to work more closely and collaboratively with you, the people I talked to on the internet, so that you felt local too. I found that anything that's really good for me also has to be good for us. There is no untangling the two. And after all this aloneness, seeing myself there as one data point in a trend, one part of a whole, one little migratory bird swooping and swarming to form shapes and patterns with everyone else, that's pretty damn wonderful to me. In comments, tell me the things that were good in your 2021, maybe one for you and one for us. This video was brought to you by the Radish Collective, my community of Patreon supporters who were also a good thing in my 2021. I will see you in 2022. Bye.